Hi everybody, today I just want to do a quick recording about having and developing an agile brain. Why is it important to have an agile brain? Agility refers to the complex decision making with the objective of increasing value. It is the ability to act and decide or maintain the status quo. Agility is the freedom and the capability to act otherwise. Most of us believe that by the age of 30, we are old dogs who can't learn new tricks. The idea behind this is that when we have a young brain, it is not fully formed, and there's vulnerability that comes with flexibility and complexity to create new neural pathways and connections. As we reach the age of 25 onwards, our brains are somewhat set in our ways where there are existing pathways to how we think and solve problems, and that it is hard for us to break free from a tried and tested pathway and that we become stuck. Fortunately, it turns out that this is due to how by default we have a lazy brain, seeking the most energy efficient path. In recent studies, it is shown that we don't have to be stuck for life and be limited by our brain's set ways. So here's what we can do to create and develop a more agile brain. First, find a task that is both mentally and physically exhausting, that you are required to focus intently and force your brain to work in a new way. This is the only way that you will be able to grow new neurons to connect with existing neurons, forming new neural pathways or connections. This can take place when we learn new sport, where it needs both physical and mental coordination and focus, or pick up a new game and a new language, or playing a new musical instrument. Such activities are energy intensive for the brain. It requires the mind to process inputs consciously and make decisions, solve problems, memorize new concepts, strategize, regulate emotions, and exercise self-control and willpower. Once you learn this new skill, the new neural pathway needs to be strengthened and enforced, and this can only be done through repetition. You do it again and again and again, enough that it becomes habitual or default behavior. It is found that on average, we need 4.5 months or 144 days for a new brain map. And that is equal to the complexity to the old brain map to be created in the motor cortex. At this point, we have to find it within ourselves the motivation and willpower and self-control to achieve our goal. One thing to keep in mind is the learning environment, the place and space to embed this new brain map. When we are in a familiar and comfortable place, it is harder to create new neurons. Our brain likes choosing the familiar as it is tried and tested. It is only when we are forced into a situation where we have to be alert to avert possibilities of danger and threat, working with new people, forming new relationships. And this is when we come up with new solutions, new products, and new ways of dealing with things. Voila, creativity, innovation, and new solutions are born. One other thing that we have to keep in mind is that in creating this agile brain of ours, is that our brain takes up a massive amount of nutrients. Our body needs to be in a state of health. We need to hydrate it, feed it the right amount of nutrients, and rest. This way, your brain wouldn't have to worry about sending energy to parts of the body to fix, rescue, but instead it can focus on creating new flexible and agile brain in achieving what you wanted to achieve. So I hope you enjoyed this little tip on how you can create and have a healthy brain. Look out for new episodes on tips for your mind and soul, and remember to subscribe and hit the alert button.